Welcome tankers to one of my videos here that's going to be talking about posers. And basically, to me, a poser and a clown is someone is trying to portray something that they're really not. And today we're going to talk about a player called Dark Magician Girl. And I don't know whether this is actually a girl or a guy. I honestly don't really give a crap. It could be a flying grease pig for all I care, or a pink rhino. I don't care. We're actually going to be delving a little bit deeper into a person's like this type of profile and their stats, and we're going to point out some irregularities that I found. And basically, to give you some backgrounds, I found some information in the forum by looking at a couple of things, and one of them was matchmaker rigging and stuff like that. But to get started, this person's stats looks really impressive at 70.33% victories and so on and so forth. Now, my question is that okay? You think you're a great player, and what happened? Why I'm posting this video is I faced this player in battle, and you know I noticed some of the spots, quote unquote spots, that they were using. This person was using. And they were really cheap, and it seemed a little bit odd, a little bit out of place. And so of course I suspect this person of actually using some sort of hack, cheat, or mod. This is 100% a PC player, the way that they manipulate their tank and how they fire. So you guys don't think this person's a PC player, you can see on YouTube where it says Mikey versus Dark Magician Girl. The other thing too is, if this person is not cheating, why aren't they posting videos of their gameplay on YouTube with what they're using? Because they got something to hide. They don't want you to see what GUI they have on the screen, because I record and you could see how I'm playing, and I don't use any type of mods or cheats because I think that's pretty pathetic, and I don't need it. Anyhow, so this player didn't like my tactics or had some issue with me. I don't remember exactly what it was, but they immediately start to point out the stats and damage, right? So we're going to break this down a little bit, guys, and let's get to the nuts and bolts. My first point is that this person is actually a reroll. In other words, a reroll is somebody who was unhappy with their performance on their first profile and decided to make a new one because they learned the game, they learned the nuances of it, and they want to pump up their stats and make them artificially high. So in other words, they're kind of fake. And how are they fake? I'll explain it to you in a few moments. So basically, this was a person called Rachel_Reynolds that deleted their original profile and decided to make a new one. This Dark Magician Girl player thinks it's like a persona, like Clark Kent the Superman. But I'm going to show you that this is actually like, you know, like basically Steve Urkel. This is some huge nerd that wants to, you know, basically inflate their ego by faking stuff. So basically they bragged about how they're so amazing in their stats in World of Tanks, WOTB stars, and we'll get to that later. But what I'm going to show you guys is a couple interesting things. So looks like it's somewhat impressive, right? But let's get down to the nitty gritty. If you notice that this player like this uses the most overpowered tanks and so on and so forth, so they're gonna have good results, all right? And so we see here by her play, or this she's play, that this is a power user of the German tanks and the Soviet tanks. We all know that those tanks are one of the best tanks in the game, coming down tier 9 and so tier 10 and 9 and so on and so forth. But here's the interesting part, guys. So if this is such an amazing player, why don't they have 0 battles at tier 1? They have 24 battles at tier 2. They have 0 battles at tier 3. And then they have 0 battles at tier 4. They have 104 battles at tier 5, 651 at tier 6, and then you get the spike about 2,000 whatever odd battles, tier 7, and then you see the inflated premium play of the IS-6 and other premium gold tanks in tier 8, and you'll see proof of this in a minute, and in tier 9 and 10 play. So let's go back. So you see that the majority of play starts at tier 8, and then tier 7, and then somewhat in tier leveled out in tier 9 and 10. Now, why is it important to look at these stats this way? Well, you have an average damage of 2,286. Of course you're going to have high damage because your average is split between these higher tiers, and there's a bigger health pool in a tank at tier 10 and 9. So you can get like 4,000 damage a game. And then, you know, on some of these tanks. So that's not a good indicator of the type of quality player this person is. In fact, this is just someone who's inflating their numbers. It's kind of like inflating a balloon with hot air or helium. It's empty, guys. These are empty, meaningless stats. So we know that this person did not grind the modules. We know that they skipped tanks, and we know that they did not go through the grind of the average grunt in Blitz. So you want proof of this? Let's go to her profile. The FV4202, 118 battles. All right, we got the tier 10s, right? Tier 10s, some tier 9s, right? Scrolling down, notice, guys, these tanks are one of the top tanks in the whole game. All right, and let's go over here. The Leopard Type 59. We know that tank is infamous. The IS-3 Defender, I have it. IS-6, I have it. I know what that tank's capable of. And so let's keep going down. T-54, Indian, Panther series, RHM. Oh, that's interesting. So let's take a look at the RHM guys. RU-251, Tiger 2, Pershing, Comet, Panther, SP-1C, Tiger. Then we go down to tier 6. Oh, KV-1, T2. So how can you have an RHM and you didn't grind any of the TDs, the TD line from tier 3, tier 2, and tier 1, 2, 3, or 4? This means a couple things, guys. Either this person basically golded the modules and skipped all the way from tier 1 all the way to tier 7. Guys, do you know how much money that is? Let's go look at the tech tree, guys. Let's go look at the tech tree. So let's go over here and we'll go to the RHM line. Look at all the skipping that you have to do, guys. You got to go from the LTR to the tier 2, 3 German TD series, and then you got to make a jump. Where are those tanks? Where's your toaster? Where's the Hetzer? Where's the Martyr? Basically, this player skipped all those tanks, and either this person hacked it, which is a strong possibility, or also spent an inordinate amount of gold so they can inflate their numbers and skip the pain. And this is what they did, because the original profile of this person was Rachel_Reynolds. And so let's go over there, guys. Let's go to Rachel Reynolds, right? Rachel_Reynolds. Doesn't exist. According to the forums, this is this player's third attempt at a reroll. And she's the clan leader of STR8. What a joke clan. And we can see here that clearly this player something's not kosher about their play. And let me show you something else that I found extremely interesting or strange, or kind of I don't know how to explain it. So basically, guys, if you go to her profile and then you go to awards, this player's she's profile, you notice that they have 255 steel walls, right? That means that you're bouncing shots and you're taking incoming shots or blocking damage, right? So that means you're under fire. And then they have 120 Spartan medals. But here's the interesting thing: 7 cool-headed medals only. A normal player basically is going to be about, say you have 120 Spartan medals, you're going to have about roughly, I would say should be about 110 maybe, or about 107 cool head. They should be about even. Why does this player only have 7 cool-headed medals? So that leads me to a theory that there is a mod involved here, some sort of cheat, which I have a theory on, but I don't want to state because then people are going to start using it, and I don't want to corrupt the game of Blitz any further than some of these players are corrupting it. So basically, guys, there's something not kosher about this player, and they're inflating their ego by printing up these false stats. And so I wanted to make this video to call these type of players out, because they use the most overpowered tanks. They unlocked all the modules. They're spamming premium ammo. They have all the spare parts unlocked, because this player is not going to run their tank out there without all the modules unlocked. So if this person spent in this inordinate amount of gold to stroke their ego and to basically put down other players, you know, that you're just full of garbage, man. You know, it's just crap. I think this is very silly. And so, true, people can do whatever they want with their money. They can spend it on golden toilet paper for all I care. But don't go talking garbage to other players who have stuck to the original account and have over, you know, most of the tanks. Let's go look at something else, guys. This player, she has 52 tanks. That's all you got in your garage? That's a freaking joke. This is not a skilled player. This is just a player who wants to make themselves into something they're not. They're like that pretty girl that once you take the makeup off, it's like a pizza face. Or, you know, it's just, or like, you know, the car looks clean on the inside, but when you open it up, there's a bunch of old soda cans and Subway sandwiches rotting inside the car, and all filled up with the stench and smoke. You know, this is smoke and mirrors, guys. This is a fake profile. This is garbage. So I'm going to further prove this to you by going into the this something that they say, and I think it's a joke. Okay, here in her post, this person says, "Here's my message for people who are trying to improve. Anyone can be good. Anyone. Those who dedicate themselves to the numbers and thirst for improvement will succeed." Okay, so why did you delete your profile and basically do a redo? Because they even admitted, because they got busted. You can see that it says re-roll number 1, which is supposed to be re-roll number 3 according to what I understand.